The human spaceship Valor hovered above the strange planet of Xiron 5. From orbit, the world looked alive, with glowing forests, floating rivers, and mountains that shimmered like glass. It was unlike any planet humans had ever seen. Among the crew, the youngest soldier, Liam, stared out of the viewport with wide eyes. He had joined the mission to prove himself, but nothing could have prepared him for the beauty and danger of this alien world. Commander Ron, a stern man with a sharp gaze, walked past him. "Keep focused, Liam," he said. "We are not tourists. Remember, our goal is to make contact with the alien queen." "Yes, sir," Liam replied, gripping his helmet tightly. He could feel a mixture of excitement and fear in his chest. He had trained for years, but standing so close to a real alien civilization made everything feel different. The Valor's landing bay doors opened with a hum, revealing the surface of Xiron 5. The ground glowed faintly under the spaceship's lights. Strange plants with tall, slender stems swayed without wind. In the distance, tall towers of crystal rose from the ground, glittering like stars. Liam stepped down from the ship, his boots crunching on the crystal like soil. A group of aliens awaited them. They were tall, graceful, and wore armor that seemed grown from their own bodies. At the center stood the alien queen, Zara. Her skin shimmered with colors that changed when she moved. Her eyes were large and deep, filled with intelligence and authority. She raised one hand slowly, and Liam felt as though her gaze pierced through him. He raised his hand toward the youngest soldier, one human whispered nervously. "Is it a threat?" The queen's voice filled the air, melodic and clear. "He will be mine," she said. The words echoed across the landing field. Liam's stomach tightened. He did not know what she meant, but the humans around him exchanged worried glances. Liam's heart raced, but he kept his stance firm. "I am ready," he said quietly to himself. He could feel that this moment would change everything. Commander Ron stepped forward. "Queen Zara, we come in peace," he said respectfully. "Our soldiers are here to learn, not to fight." Zara tilted her head, observing each human closely. "Peace is only possible through understanding," she replied. Her gaze returned to Liam. "You, human, you will learn more than the others. Come forward." Liam's knees felt weak, but he obeyed. He moved slowly toward her, every step measured. The aliens around him did not move, but their eyes followed him with keen interest. He felt as if he were being measured, weighed for something far more important than skill or rank. As he reached the queen, he noticed the air shimmer slightly around her. The temperature seemed cooler, but there was a strange warmth too, as if the planet itself welcomed him. Liam swallowed hard. He did not understand the power she held, but he could feel it in every nerve of his body. Zara's hand lowered slightly, and she studied him silently. "You are brave, young human," she said softly. "Many would run in fear. You walk forward." Liam nodded, trying to hide his trembling. I will do my best," he replied. His voice sounded small compared to her presence, yet he spoke with honesty. Zara stepped back, and the aliens standing near her bowed slightly. "Your courage will be tested," she said. "Not by weapons, but by your heart and your mind. Only then will you understand why I have chosen you." The humans whispered among themselves. "Chosen him? What does that mean?" one soldier asked. "I do not know," another answered. "But we must trust the queen." Liam felt a strange mix of fear and excitement. He had always wanted to prove himself, but this was beyond anything he had imagined. He was no longer just a soldier, he was part of something larger, something that could change the fate of both humans and aliens. The sun of Xiron 5 rose over the horizon, casting golden light on the alien landscape. Liam looked at it, feeling a sense of destiny. He did not know what trials awaited him, but he knew he had taken the first step. From this moment, nothing would be the same. The humans began to set up their camp nearby, but Liam stayed close to Zara. He could feel the quiet power of her presence and knew that the journey ahead would test everything he had learned. He was ready to face it. Above them, the skies of Xiran 5 shimmered, and Liam felt a pulse of energy, like the planet itself was alive and watching. He took a deep breath and prepared himself. The adventure had only just begun. The morning sun of Xiran 5 cast long, sparkling shadows across the alien forest. Liam followed a narrow path toward the Queen's Crystal Palace. The air was crisp, filled with a scent that reminded him of rain on metal. His heart raced. He was about to meet Queen Zara in a private audience. The humans had warned him. "Be careful, Liam," Commander Ron said. "The Queen is not like us. She thinks differently, acts differently. Show respect and follow instructions." "Yes, sir," Liam replied, though his thoughts were elsewhere. He could feel the planet's energy humming beneath his feet, and the sense of destiny weighed on him. The palace loomed ahead. It was a structure grown from crystal, with arches that glowed faintly blue. Light passed through the walls, scattering in patterns like tiny stars. Liam stepped inside. The air felt different here, warmer and alive. Shadows moved, though there was no wind. It was as if the building itself watched him. Zara awaited him in the main hall. She stood on a raised platform, her tall figure elegant and commanding. Her skin shimmered with colors that shifted like liquid light. When she moved her hand, the light danced across the room. Liam felt a mix of awe and fear. "Welcome, human," Zara said, her voice calm but firm. "Do not be afraid. I do not wish to harm you." "I am honored to meet you, Queen Zara," Liam replied, trying to keep his voice steady. He took a deep breath and stepped closer. Every instinct told him to stay alert, yet he felt no immediate threat. Zara's eyes, deep and bright, studied him carefully. "You are different from the others," she said. "You walk forward when fear calls others back. You think, but you also feel. That is why I chose you." Liam blinked. "Chosen me? For what?" he asked. His voice was quiet, but he could not hide the curiosity and wonder. "To learn," Zara replied. "To grow. And to understand." She paused, then added, "You will see that the universe is not ruled by power alone, but by choices. Your choices will matter more than strength or weapons." Liam nodded. He could feel the weight of her words. He had trained for battle, for tactics, for survival. But this was different. This was about understanding, about courage in ways he had never imagined. Zara raised her hand again, slowly, as if measuring him. "You will face challenges, human. Some will test your mind. Others will test your heart. You must succeed if you are to earn trust and respect." "I will do my best," Liam said firmly. His heart pounded, but he did not step back. He could feel that this moment would define him. Zara's lips curved slightly, almost a smile. "Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Remember this, young human. Many will fail because they do not understand fear or respect." A group of alien attendants moved silently behind her. They were tall and graceful, watching Liam closely but making no move to intervene. It was clear that the Queen alone determined his fate. Liam glanced around, noticing details he had not seen before. The floor shimmered faintly, reflecting his boots. Strange symbols floated in the air, glowing softly. He realized that even the palace itself seemed alive, responding to Zara's presence. "Do you understand me, human?" Zara asked, her gaze intense. "I think so, Queen Zara," Liam replied. "You want me to learn, to understand, and to prove myself." "Correct," she said. "And remember, understanding does not come from fear. It comes from courage, patience, and empathy. These are your weapons. Liam's mind raced. He had learned strategy, combat, and survival, but empathy was new. He realized that this mission was more than just a military task. It was a journey of character, of growth, and of connection between two very different species. Zara stepped closer, her movement fluid and calm. "You will not be alone," she said. "But your choices will matter. Trust in yourself, but also in others. Many will doubt you. Some will fear you. But I see what others cannot yet see." Liam felt a strange warmth. It was as if the Queen's words carried weight beyond speech. He understood that this was not about being taken by force or power. This was about being recognized for his courage and heart. "Thank you, Queen Zara," he said, bowing slightly. "I will try to live up to your expectations." Zara's eyes softened. "Try, yes. But more than that, human, you must act. Your journey begins now. Learn, adapt, and show your heart. You will meet many who doubt you, but remember why you walk forward." Liam straightened. He felt a surge of determination. Whatever challenges awaited him, he would face them. Not just for himself, but for the chance to prove that humans could rise above fear, misunderstanding, and danger. Outside the palace, the wind of Xiren 5 whispered through the glowing trees. Liam took a deep breath. The first encounter with the alien queen was over, but the real journey had only just begun. He knew one thing clearly: nothing would ever be the same again. The next morning, Liam woke early, the glowing forests of Xiren 5 stretching endlessly beyond the palace walls. He could hear soft whispers of alien creatures, but they made no sound that frightened him. Today marked the beginning of his training under Queen Zara's guidance. Zara met him at the palace courtyard. Her form shimmered in the morning light, and her eyes reflected the glow of the crystal towers. "You are ready for your first trial," she said. "This will test your courage and your mind. Follow my instructions carefully." Liam nodded. His stomach twisted with nervous energy. He had faced training exercises on human bases, but nothing on this planet felt ordinary. Every step here seemed alive. He could feel the weight of destiny pressing on him, and yet a spark of excitement grew inside. Zara extended her hand, and a holographic map appeared in the air between them. It showed a labyrinth of glowing paths, floating platforms, and shadowed corridors. "Your task is to navigate this maze," she said. "You will face challenges designed to test your character. Some will seem impossible. Do not give up. Your strength comes from your mind and your heart, not your weapons." Liam swallowed. He had never faced anything like this. "I will try my best," he said. "Try is not enough," Zara replied. "Act. Decide. Choose wisely." The maze appeared in front of him, larger than he had imagined. Floating platforms hovered over a deep, shimmering pit. Strange lights darted across the corridors. Liam took a deep breath and stepped forward. The first challenge appeared quickly. A wall of shifting lights blocked his path. He could move left or right, but the lights would change constantly. Liam remembered Zara's words, "Trust your mind and your heart." He focused, watching the pattern of the lights. Slowly, carefully, he stepped forward, timing each movement with the rhythm he observed. Step by step, he crossed the wall safely. "Good," Zara's voice echoed softly. "You notice details others miss. That is your strength." Next came a puzzle room. Crystals floated in the air, each one glowing a different color. A beam of light would pass through them, but only the correct order could open the door ahead. Liam studied the crystals. He thought about balance, sequence, and patience. Slowly, he touched them in order, watching the beams connect perfectly. The door slid open, and he moved forward. Hours passed as Liam faced trial after trial. He encountered illusions that tested his courage. Shadows of monsters appeared, but when he approached them, they vanished. He faced moral choices, like deciding whether to save a virtual creature or complete a task first. Each decision weighed on him, but he remembered Zara's words, "Strength comes from the heart." By afternoon, Liam was exhausted but determined. He had learned quickly that this training was not about speed or strength. It was about thinking, feeling, and understanding. He began to see patterns in the trials, lessons that were not written but felt deeply in his mind and spirit. Zara watched silently from above. Her eyes followed every movement, noting Liam's determination and patience. She did not interfere, but her presence encouraged him. Liam felt a strange connection to her guidance, as if she could sense his thoughts and intentions without words. The final trial of the day appeared, a narrow bridge over a glowing chasm. The bridge shifted and tilted, testing balance and focus. Midway, the path split into two. One route was stable but led to a dead end. The other was uncertain, swaying dangerously over the chasm. Liam hesitated. Fear whispered for him to choose the safe path, but he remembered Zara's challenge: act, decide, choose wisely. He took a deep breath and stepped onto the swaying path. The bridge wobbled beneath him, but he focused on each step, feeling the rhythm of the platform and the pull of gravity. He moved with care and courage, trusting his instincts. Finally, he reached the end, safe and victorious. A soft, glowing light surrounded him. Zara's voice spoke calmly, yet filled with pride. "You have passed today, human. Not because you are strong or fast, but because you acted with courage, patience, and thought. You are learning. That is why I chose you." Liam felt a surge of relief and pride. He had faced challenges that seemed impossible, yet he had grown stronger in mind and heart. The lessons were not over, but he now understood the path he had begun. "Tomorrow," Zara said, "you will face the next trials. They will test your spirit and your understanding of others. You are ready, but remember, growth comes from persistence and learning, not from fear or anger." Liam bowed slightly. "I will do my best, Queen Zara. I will not disappoint you." Zara's eyes softened. "I do not expect perfection, human. I expect courage and learning. That is more than enough." As the sun began to set over Xiren 5, Liam looked at the glowing forests and floating rivers. He realized that this world, so strange and beautiful, had become part of him. The training had begun, and he was ready to face whatever challenges awaited him next. He knew that the journey would be long, difficult, and sometimes frightening, but he felt hope and determination. Under Queen Zara's watchful eyes, he would grow. He would become more than a soldier. He would become a bridge between humans and the mysterious alien world. The trials of Xiren 5 were only the beginning, and Liam's story was just starting. The next morning, Xiren 5's skies glowed with soft golden light, reflecting off the crystal towers of the palace. Liam walked through the gardens toward Queen Zara's private chambers. The plants were unlike anything he had seen before. Some floated in the air, others opened slowly as if greeting him. Birds with translucent wings sang in quiet harmony, adding to the sense of life and wonder on the planet. Zara waited for him in the central courtyard. She stood gracefully, her shimmering skin reflecting the morning sun. "Today, your lessons will change," she said. "You have learned courage and thought. Now you will learn trust and cooperation." Liam nodded. He felt more confident than before, but he also understood that the new challenge might be harder. Yesterday's trials had tested him alone. Today, he would have to work with others. "Your next task," Zara explained, "is to navigate the forest of reflections. It is easy to lose your way if you do not listen to those around you. You will face illusions, but you are not alone. You must learn to trust, and others must learn to trust you." Liam followed Zara and a small group of aliens into the glowing forest. The ground pulsed gently beneath his feet. Crystals hung from the trees, reflecting strange lights. Every step felt alive, as if the forest itself was aware of him. The first challenge appeared almost immediately. Shadows danced between the trees, taking the form of threatening creatures. Liam instinctively raised his hand, ready to defend himself, but Zara gently touched his shoulder. "Do not fight them," she said. "Observe, understand, and act with clarity. Remember what you learned." Liam watched closely. The shadows were illusions, moving and changing based on fear and hesitation. He took a deep breath and focused on the path ahead. Slowly, he guided the group through the forest, noticing small details others missed. He spoke quietly, pointing out paths and warning them of pitfalls. The aliens watched him carefully. Liam realized they were testing him not just for skill, but for leadership. He felt a sense of responsibility, and with it, determination. He remembered Zara's words, "Trust is earned through action." Hours passed, and the illusions grew stronger. Some tried to confuse the group, creating false paths or strange sounds. Liam stayed calm. He encouraged the aliens to focus and trust one another. Together, they solved the puzzles and avoided traps, moving steadily forward. Zara followed silently, observing. At one point, she stepped closer to Liam. "You are learning," she said softly. "Not just how to act, but how to lead. Humans often think too quickly or fight first. You think, you observe, and you guide. That is rare among your kind." Liam felt a warmth of pride but stayed humble. "I am learning from you, Queen Zara," he said. "Your guidance helps me understand things I never thought about." Zara tilted her head slightly. "And I am learning from you as well. You show patience and clarity that many others lack. Trust is a skill. You are developing it naturally. This is why I chose you." As they reached the heart of the forest, a large crystal lake appeared. Its waters glowed softly, reflecting both the forest and the sky. The group paused. Liam noticed that the lake's surface showed not only their reflections but also faint images of possible paths forward, hidden in light patterns. "The final test of this lesson," Zara said, "is to work together to cross the lake. Alone, you may not succeed. Together, you must observe and act in harmony." The group stepped onto floating crystal platforms, which shifted with their weight. Liam guided them, calling out instructions and encouraging the aliens. They moved carefully, adjusting their steps with each other. At one point, a platform tilted dangerously. Liam steadied it with his weight and helped guide others safely. Finally, they reached the far side of the lake. The group looked back at the path they had crossed. Liam realized that they had accomplished something more than completing a trial. They had built trust. The aliens no longer viewed him as just a young human soldier. They respected him, and he had learned to respect them in return. Zara's voice broke the silence. "Well done, Liam. You see now that strength alone is not enough. You must work with others, understand their abilities, and guide them. Trust is the bond that connects beings. Today, you have begun to form that bond." Liam smiled, feeling a sense of achievement. "Thank you, Queen Zara. I understand now. We can accomplish more together than alone." The sun dipped toward the horizon, casting long, golden reflections across the lake. Liam stood beside Zara, feeling a new connection to both her and the world around him. He had passed not only a physical trial but a test of character and leadership. For the first time, Liam felt that his journey was not just about proving himself. It was about building bridges between humans and aliens, between courage and understanding, between fear and trust. As the group returned to the palace, Liam glanced at Zara. Their eyes met, and he saw a spark of mutual respect. The bond was forming, quiet but strong, and he knew it would guide him through the challenges to come. The trials of Scifi were teaching him more than skill. They were teaching him the power of connection. Liam's journey had grown from personal courage to leadership, trust, and understanding. And with that, he felt ready for the next step. The days on Xiren 5 passed quickly, each filled with lessons and challenges. Liam had grown more confident, and the bond he shared with Queen Zara and the aliens was becoming stronger. But even in this world of beauty and wonder, danger lingered quietly. One morning, Liam was walking near the palace gates when an alien scout approached him in haste. "Human Liam," the scout said, voice low and urgent. "A faction among our people plots against the humans. They intend to attack and break the peace before it begins." Liam's heart skipped a beat. He had learned courage and trust, but he had not faced true danger beyond the trials. "How do we stop them?" he asked. "You must work with Zara," the scout replied. "She alone sees their intentions clearly, but your insight and action are needed to prevent disaster." Liam ran toward the queen, his mind racing. He found Zara in the crystal courtyard, watching the sun rise over the glowing towers. She turned as he approached, her face calm but serious. "They are planning treachery," Liam said quickly. "A rogue faction wants to attack the humans. We must stop them." Zara's eyes narrowed slightly. "I suspected unrest among some of my people," she said. "Their fear of change makes them reckless. You have grown much, Liam, but this is no trial. This is reality. Are you ready to act under pressure?" Liam nodded. "I am ready. I will do my best." Zara gestured toward the floating platforms above the palace. "We will move quickly and quietly. You must guide and coordinate. Use what you have learned about observation, strategy, and trust. Our goal is to prevent conflict without bloodshed." The two of them, joined by a few trusted aliens, moved silently through the city. Liam's heart pounded, but he focused on each step. He observed hidden passageways, watched for movement in shadows, and remembered Zara's lessons about patience and clarity. Soon, they reached a large chamber where the rogue faction had gathered. The aliens were armed, tense, and ready to strike. Liam stayed close to Zara, studying the situation carefully. He realized that direct confrontation would only make things worse. He needed to use strategy, communication, and understanding. Zara raised her hand, and a soft light filled the room. The rogue aliens froze, sensing the queen's presence. Liam stepped forward, keeping his voice calm but firm. "Stop. Listen to me. Fighting will destroy the trust that took years to build. There is a better way." The aliens hesitated, unsure of the young human speaking to them. Liam continued. "We can solve this without violence. We can work together. Do not let fear make you enemies of those who are not your enemies." Zara's gaze met Liam's. She nodded slightly, a signal of trust and approval. Liam felt strength flow through him. He had learned how to act, how to lead, and now he was putting it into practice. Slowly, some of the rogue faction lowered their weapons. Others remained tense, but Liam and Zara did not move aggressively. They spoke calmly, explaining the importance of unity, the benefits of cooperation, and the dangers of reckless action. Minutes passed, each heavy with tension. Finally, the leader of the rogue group stepped forward, bowing slightly. We were afraid," the alien said. "Change is hard for some of us. But we see now that fighting will harm all of us. We will follow your guidance." Liam exhaled, feeling relief wash over him. The crisis had been averted, not through force, but through courage, wisdom, and understanding. Zara's eyes gleamed with pride. "You acted well, human," she said. "You did not fight blindly. You observed, you understood, and you persuaded. This is what makes a leader, and this is why I chose you." Liam smiled, feeling a mix of pride and humility. "Thank you, Queen Zara. I could not have done it without your guidance." Zara's voice softened. Leadership is never done alone. You have learned to trust, to act, and to connect with others. Today, you saved more than lives. You saved hope and unity. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the palace towers. Liam looked at the glowing horizon, realizing that his journey had grown beyond personal courage. He had learned to act with wisdom, influence others with reason and heart, and prevent conflict. For the first time, he felt the full weight of responsibility. The safety of humans and aliens alike depended on choices made with care, clarity, and courage. As night fell over Xiren 5, Liam stood beside Zara on the palace balcony. The stars reflected in the glowing rivers below, a reminder that the universe was vast, full of challenges, but also full of wonder and potential. "You have done well," Zara said. "But this is only the beginning. Greater challenges await, and you must be ready. Courage alone will not be enough. You will need wisdom, patience, and trust." Liam nodded. He had faced danger, uncertainty, and fear. He had acted, guided others, and prevented disaster. The rogue faction had been stopped, but he knew that his journey, and the journey of humans and aliens together, was far from over. He looked at Zara and felt a deep respect for her and her people. Their bond had grown stronger, and Liam understood that leadership and unity were more important than victory in battle. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but tonight he would rest, strengthened by the lessons of the day. He had learned that even in the face of hidden threats, courage, intelligence, and understanding could change the course of history. And Liam knew, more than ever, that he was ready for whatever lay ahead. The morning light of Xiren 5 was soft and golden, painting the crystal towers of the palace with warm colors. Liam stood at the edge of the central courtyard, looking toward the core chamber, the final trial that Queen Zara had promised. This challenge was said to test not only strength and skill but also the mind, heart, and spirit. "You are ready," Zara said, appearing beside him. Her form shimmered with quiet energy, reflecting the light. "This trial will push you beyond everything you have learned. You must enter the core chamber alone. Inside, you will face challenges that test your courage, your intelligence, and your character. Remember what you have learned." Liam nodded, swallowing his nervousness. He had grown through each lesson and trial, but the thought of facing the unknown alone made his chest tighten. "I understand, Queen Zara. I will do my best." "Do not think only of your best," Zara replied. "Act with clarity, with thought, and with heart. That is how you succeed." The entrance to the core chamber appeared before him, a massive doorway made of glowing crystal. Symbols moved across the surface, changing and shifting as if alive. Liam stepped forward, placing his hand on the door. The symbols glowed brighter, and the doorway opened, revealing a long corridor illuminated by a soft, pulsating light. As he entered, the first test appeared. Shadows filled the corridor, forming images of his deepest fears. Liam saw visions of failure, of those he cared about in danger, of himself unable to lead or protect. His heart raced, but he remembered Zara's lessons. He took a deep breath and focused on his training. Each fear was a test of courage. He acknowledged the fear, but he did not allow it to control him. Step by step, he moved forward, feeling the strength of his own determination. The next challenge was a puzzle of light and reflection. Crystals hovered in the air, each glowing with different colors. Beams of light passed through them, but only by arranging them in the correct pattern could the path forward be revealed. Liam observed carefully, recalling how he had solved puzzles before. He tested patterns patiently, watching how the light reacted. After several attempts, he aligned the crystals perfectly, and the next section of the chamber opened. Hours seemed to pass as he moved through the core chamber. Each challenge required focus, thought, and patience. He faced tests that measured his honesty, compassion, and understanding of others. He encountered illusions that tried to distract or tempt him, but he remained calm, using what he had learned from Zara and the lessons in the forest and the palace. Finally, he arrived at the heart of the core chamber. A glowing pedestal rose from the center, with a crystal symbol resting upon it. Liam stepped forward, knowing this was the ultimate test. To retrieve the symbol, he had to step across a platform suspended over a glowing pit, which shifted and changed with every step. He paused, feeling the weight of the moment. This was more than a physical challenge, it required focus, courage, and calm decision-making. Liam remembered all that Zara had taught him: observe, trust yourself, and act with heart. He placed one foot on the platform, then another, moving slowly but steadily. The platform tilted beneath him, testing his balance, but he adjusted carefully. Halfway across, the platform split, forming two paths. One was stable but led to an illusion of failure. The other swayed dangerously but led to the pedestal. Liam hesitated, then chose the dangerous path, trusting his judgment. Step by step, he advanced, keeping calm and focused. Finally, he reached the pedestal and lifted the glowing symbol. A wave of warmth and light filled the chamber, and Liam felt a surge of accomplishment and understanding. The challenges of the core chamber had tested him fully. He had faced fear, solved puzzles, and acted with wisdom and courage. He realized that the trial was not only about skill but about growth, about becoming someone who could lead, inspire, and connect with others. When he emerged from the core chamber, Queen Zara waited at the entrance. Her eyes reflected pride and quiet joy. "You have passed, Liam," she said. "Not because you are strong or fast, but because you acted with courage, thought, and heart. You have grown beyond what I expected. Today, you have proven yourself worthy." Liam bowed respectfully. "Thank you, Queen Zara. I could not have done it without your guidance. Every lesson has brought me here." Zara stepped closer, her shimmering form glowing in the afternoon light. "You have learned the essence of leadership, human. Courage is important, but wisdom, understanding, and trust are what make a hero. Remember this always. The trials are over, but your journey is only beginning." Liam smiled, feeling pride and humility together. He had faced the ultimate test and succeeded. The lessons, the challenges, and the guidance of Zara had shaped him into someone more than a soldier, someone capable of bridging worlds. As the sun of Scifi began to set, Liam looked at the horizon. The glowing forests, the crystal rivers, and the shimmering towers reflected a world of possibility. He felt ready for whatever came next, knowing that courage, wisdom, and heart would guide him. Queen Zara's voice echoed softly, "You have passed, human. But your true journey begins now, in the world beyond these walls." Liam nodded, feeling both excitement and determination. He had faced fear, learned, and grown. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, but he was ready. He was no longer just the youngest soldier. He was a symbol of hope, courage, and unity for humans and aliens alike. The morning sun of Scifi cast a soft golden glow across the palace towers. Liam stood beside Queen Zara on the balcony, overlooking the human camp below and the glowing alien city beyond. After completing the ultimate trial, he felt a deep sense of pride and purpose. But he also knew that the greatest challenge lay ahead, bringing humans and aliens together in lasting peace. Zara's eyes reflected quiet satisfaction. "Today is not about tests or trials, Liam. Today, we unite," she said. "Your courage, wisdom, and heart have earned respect from both your people and mine. Now, you must take the next step." Liam nodded. He had grown through every trial, but now he would face a challenge of leadership that went beyond personal bravery. "I am ready, Queen Zara. I will do everything I can to help both our worlds." The Council of Aliens gathered in the central plaza, their tall forms glowing softly under the morning light. Humans and aliens alike watched in silence as Liam and Zara approached. The tension in the air was palpable, yet it was filled with hope rather than fear. Liam took a deep breath and stepped forward. People of Xiren 5, and humans alike, he began, his voice strong but calm. We have faced trials, challenges, and fears together. We have learned that courage and strength alone are not enough. Understanding, trust, and cooperation make us stronger. Today, we choose unity. Whispers moved through the crowd. Some humans and aliens exchanged glances, uncertain but intrigued. Liam continued. I have learned from Queen Zara, from your people, and from my fellow soldiers. We are different, but we share the same desire for peace, for safety, and for a future where all can thrive. Let us walk forward together, not as separate worlds, but as allies. Zara stepped beside him, raising her hand. Light spread across the plaza, touching each alien and human present. Liam speaks truth, she said. Courage is not just in battle. Courage is in the choice to unite. Today, we honor the bonds we have built, and we commit to working together. This is a new beginning for all of us. The crowd remained silent for a moment, absorbing the words. Then, slowly, hands reached out, humans to aliens, aliens to humans. A wave of understanding and trust passed through them. Liam felt a rush of hope as he saw their unity forming. Commander Ron stepped forward, placing a hand on Liam's shoulder. You did well, young man, he said. You have not only proven yourself, but you have brought us closer to peace than any of us could have imagined. Liam smiled, feeling a mixture of pride and humility. He had grown from the youngest soldier into a leader, someone capable of inspiring trust and hope. The lessons of courage, intelligence, and empathy had guided him to this moment. Zara's voice echoed softly over the plaza. This is only the beginning, she said. The future will still hold challenges, but today shows that humans and aliens can overcome fear and difference. Together, we are stronger. Liam looked around, noticing the glowing rivers and floating forests of Xiren 5. The world was alive and beautiful, reflecting the potential of unity and cooperation. He realized that the trials, the lessons, and even the fears had prepared him for this moment. As the sun climbed higher, Liam spoke again. Let us build a future where our children will know peace. Let us explore, learn, and grow together. The universe is vast, but with trust and courage, we can face anything. The crowd erupted in quiet cheers and gestures of agreement. Humans and aliens exchanged nods, smiles, and words of gratitude. Liam felt the warmth of connection and hope, knowing that this moment was a turning point. Zara stepped closer to Liam, her eyes soft but filled with admiration. You have exceeded every expectation, human, she said. You have shown that courage, wisdom, and empathy can change the world. You are ready for whatever comes next. Liam bowed slightly. Thank you, Queen Zara. Your guidance and trust made this possible. I will continue to do my best to honor it. As the day progressed, the humans and aliens began working together openly. Camps were shared, lessons exchanged, and plans made for exploration and cooperation. Liam moved among them, helping to guide, encourage, and support. He saw the beginnings of a partnership that could last for generations. As night fell over Xiren 5, the glowing towers reflected in the rivers below. Liam stood beside Zara, looking out at the horizon. We have done it, he said quietly. We have taken the first step toward true unity. Zara nodded, her form shimmering in the moonlight. Yes, Liam. And this is just the beginning. Together, humans and aliens will face the future, stronger and wiser than ever before. Liam smiled, feeling a sense of purpose and hope. His journey had started as a young soldier uncertain of his place, but now he stood as a symbol of courage, understanding, and unity. The trials had ended, but the adventure of building a shared future had only begun. The stars of Xiren 5 glowed above them, reflecting the light of countless possibilities. Liam knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, humans and aliens together could overcome them. He had found his path, his strength, and his purpose. And for the first time, he felt truly ready for the future.